Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Behind the Mic in our MusicTown studios here downtown Detroit in Hockeytown. And another special guest, as I do every week, bring in some local musicians and hear what they have to say and hear their music and have some fun. So welcome to Adam Plomaritas.
Very good. Perfect.
Had to pause for a second. Didn't want to mispronounce your name. Thank you for coming in. Welcome.
My pleasure, yeah.
To all the guys. Mike, Billy, and Ken,
Very
correct?
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming in. First time we've met, amazingly. How did that happen? I don't know. I usually connect with somebody somewhere. But you've been doing this for a long time, which is surprising that I haven't had you on one of my shows before this one. So anyway, glad to have you in here finally.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, glad to have you. And you guys sounded good in sound check, so everyone's going to be anxious to hear this, I'm sure. So just wanted to, start talking a little bit before we go into some music here. And I mentioned you've been doing this a while, and I love the fact that you really started this when you were young, very young. At least got involved with the music, I should say.
Sure, yeah.
And liking music. But you were around music all the time because of your dad, correct?
That's right, yeah.
He was in different bands?
He was in all kinds of different bands. As a matter of fact, what's really funny is I just got a random Facebook message yesterday from somebody they got this whole catalog of music from a promoter in Detroit, and my dad was on the album credits for one of these bands. And
wow.
I've got the same name. I'm the second. And so people contact me. They're like, hey, are you on this tape? And I'm like, no, my dad was. I was like 12.
Oh, yeah, I was in the back doing, playing the tambourine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did he take you to gigs or you
All
just
the time.
watched? Okay, that was
All the
cool,
time.
huh?
Yeah.
Do you remember those?
I remember a lot. I remember a lot of band practices. I remember being the only kid in a bar all the time. So
that had to be strange. The patrons looking like, what is this kid doing in here?
I think they figured it out pretty quick. So yeah.
Did you ever jump on stage with your dad?
Not until later. I remember getting hired out to play stuff for some of his friends as early as like 14. And but I remember I probably never shared the stage with him until pretty soon after that.
Okay.
I remember doing some recording with him pretty, right around that same time too. So he passed away in 2005. So it's been a while. How old was I then? 21.
Okay.
When he passed away, yeah.
So did you learn how to play and write and all that from him, or did you?
I mean, that's where I got the
different?
itch to do it. My dad was a pretty much total by ear player.
Okay.
And so I definitely, wanted to be like him, but I dove a lot deeper into studying music and learning how to read music and all that. I did 6 years of classical voice, which he never touched.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
But he was very encouraging the whole time.
I'm sure he was a proud dad.
Yeah.
I mean, you took his name, you take his music abilities a little bit too. So, and did he play guitar like you?
Yeah, he did the same thing. He played guitar, piano, and bass, and drums, and I do a little bit of all of that. So I think I play all those things better than he ever did. But his voice was incredible, and I wish I could touch that. So
would the bands that he was in? Would we know? I mean, were they big band names around here?
I mean, when I was born, he was in a band called Raging Force. So, and they would have. I mean, they played with like Humble Pie and stuff back then. Bands that I never saw, but only hear stories about.
Yeah. Well, good experience, and memories for you.
Yeah.
Watching your dad, even though you were in bars as well. But that's cool, and inspiration for you still, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Did he inspire you when you're writing? Do you still have kind of like, you feel like he's kind of still in your ear a little bit?
A lot of times. I mean, there's a lot of things that I do that are really similar to him, especially musically. I probably borrow a lot lyrical style from him as well, but that's more subconscious, I think.
Yeah.
I'm much more aware of what I'm doing vocally that's like him. So.
Okay. I love the story, and I'm going to... What's Bon Jovi? Thank you.
Yes.
I love the story. And I'm sure if anyone's been on your site, they've seen the story, or maybe and know you, they know the story. Why don't you go ahead and share that with our
just
watchers?
before I could. Bon Jovi was like Bon Jovi and Motley Crue are my favorites as a little kid, like 3 years old, and before I could like speak in full sentences, I could sing You Give Love a Bad Name all the way through.
Parents must be proud.
My dad probably was. I don't know what my mom thought of that. I don't know.
I love that story. You know, well, you must have heard a lot. Did your dad must have played it?
Yeah,
you know? Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, that makes more
Yeah.
sense. You know, so you heard it over and over in practices and everything. That's really cool. And how old again were you?
Oh, I mean, I was born in '83. That song only came out a couple of years later. So I mean, it was brand new. Probably I was 2-3 years old.
That's funny. Love it. I hope there's probably no video of that, is there?
Oh no, not that I know of. If there is, I don't know about it. Yeah.
You know, don't capture as many things, you know,
Yeah.
before cell phones around. We've missed so many things just because. But yeah, that would have been a fun one to go back and watch, huh?
Yeah.
Do you play that song now?
I think I not on any regular basis.
Don't want to, or just
No, it's just it's not really. It doesn't get requested a lot or anything. I don't know. I remember prepping for it once. I remember there was an '80s show where it was on the list, and I was really excited about it, but we never actually got around to.
Oh.
I think I rehearsed it once or twice, but it never saw the stage with me.
never know. Bring that one back. You never
Sure.
know.
It's
For old times'
it's a
sake.
burner for sure.
All right, why don't we jump into a song? And
Great.
what are you going to start off with?
I'm gonna start off with a song it's actually my latest single. Which it's been it's almost a year and a half old now, I think, called The Other Side. And I wrote it about a conversation that I had, probably it was a decade in the past when I wrote the song, about talking to my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, just about, hey, we're getting kind of serious, and you need to know that I kind of want to do music more than just like playing around. I want to do it for a living, and I'm anticipating that being difficult. So if you're okay with that, let's keep dating.
She obviously was okay with that.
She was, yeah. It's hard, but I mean, it's still there's a lot of nights and weekends gone and travel and odd hour, but it's still the greatest life. I can't complain at all. So she might complain sometimes, but it's worth it.
Well,
so.
you warned her ahead of time, so there's no complaining allowed, right? All right, so the name of this song?
The Other Side.
Okay.
Side, holding out my thumbs, looking, searching for a light it won't shine, dancing to the rhythm of borrowed time. Can't go back to where I've never been. Right now, do you think it would be a sin? And that what forgiveness is for? So much more than a ritual for. The open door is closing in on me. Oh, can you see? It's a matter of faith. It's a matter of hope. It's a matter of love at the end of our rope. So take my hand, and we will land when we do on the other side. I'm hoping, praying that my dream is coming true. Little don't mean nothing if I ain't got you. So take me, never ever let me go. No matter how high we get, no matter how low, you can't go back on what you said you'd do. I've ever been. If I tried now, do you think it would be a sin? Ain't that what forgiveness is for? It's so much more than a ritual upon. The open door is closing in on me, or can you see? It's a matter of faith, it's a matter of hope, it's a matter of love at the end of our rope. So take my hand and we will land when we're done on the other side. On the other side. We will live on the other side.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice. What's your wife's name?
Katie.
Katie. Okay. So do you, a lot of your songs you take from experiences?
Yes. Yes, a lot of them do.
It's probably the easier way to write, I would think.
Can be. Sometimes I'll take from experiences that aren't mine at all. You know, just write about a friend or somebody, or, you know, try to go back to a time and place in life and just kind of write a story about that setting. That's how a lot of them are written. But it's split up. There's probably, I'd say most of them are kind of like autobiographical, but there's quite a few that are about other people or events.
I like how you say that, write a story.
Yeah.
Instead of just a song. It's a story.
Yeah, that's right.
I like that.
I mean, yeah, no, most of the songs, at least that I write and that I'm, tend to be a fan of, if they're vocal music, it's usually a story that's set to music. So
you do the lyrics first. Is that pretty normal, the standard for you?
no, it's it's all over. It's every once in a while I'll be I'll have a pen out or I'll have my iPhone out, just taking a memo. Taking notes down, and sometimes you'll have lyrics first, but it's just as often I'll be at a guitar or piano and kind of find something and go, I gotta get some words for this.
Well, as many times as I've asked that question, I've never, no one's ever said, oh yeah, I have to write the lyrics first, whatever. It's never, I'm still waiting to hear someone say that, because that just doesn't, that's, not being a songwriter, that's what I'm learning. It's like, you write it when it comes.
Yep.
Your experiences and all of those things. So, when you were growing up, did you have a lot of experiences that you remember now and put into song?
I mean, yeah, kind of. As a matter of fact, I don't know what I was thinking. I decided to. I saw this course being advertised. I don't know if I'm allowed to say what it is, but I saw this songwriting course being advertised, and I had a friend that I knew had worked with the people putting it on. I was like, hey, should I submit for a scholarship for this thing? They're like, yeah, it'll be great, go ahead and do it. And I was like, okay. So I did, and they granted me a scholarship, and it's been like 1,000 times more work than I thought it would be. And
what did you expect?
I'm not sure what I expected. I kind of thought they would take songs that I was already working on and critique them and rework them and have me kind of flush them out. But they're like, no, we don't want to touch anything you've already worked on. We're starting everything fresh. And I mean, their idea too is like write every day. Yeah. Like we're not going to tell you how much to write, but like maybe not every day, but like have a regimen where you're writing 4 or 5 days a week, where you have some regular time set aside, which for me has been very much a struggle, because like I'll write in bursts, is that I won't write it all for weeks or months, and then I'll write like 4 or 5 songs in a week sometimes, or at least get the bones of them going. So that's a hard thing. And then also they ask you for, all this biographical data about you, like get your kind of your life story. And what was really good about it is that you have these group sessions with other people doing the same thing, but then you have like some one-on-ones, and they go, so I see in your story there's this horrible moment in your life. Have you ever written a song about that? And I'm like, actually, no, I've tried to forget that for a long time. They're like, perfect, go there. So
interesting.
yeah. So, but I mean, it is. To be honest, I feel like it when there's been like a big moment, especially if it's a sad thing.
Yeah.
It's been for me easier to write a song in that moment than it is years later after you've kind of processed it. And sometimes those songs are how you process it. Sometimes those songs aren't very good, so you let them go because there's almost like too much, emotion and passion in them. But sometimes there's a song that I did write recently, and it was, like I said, my dad died 15 years ago now this spring, and there's a song I wrote just a year or two ago that kind of dealt with a little bit of processing that, and it was good. It was cathartic and everything. But like I don't have like devastating depression about my dad's passing. I look back on his life fondly. So it wasn't that hard to go to that place,
Because I think you have so many good memories with him.
Yeah.
And you're holding on to those, and I mean, we all are going to pass away, and
that's actually the name of the song. It's We're All Gonna Die Someday.
Oh.
So we're not playing it today. Sorry. But no, and it's actually a real
I didn't know that.
It's a happy hopeful song. But that's it.
Yeah, if you can think about all the good times and they overshadow, the passing, then it's not such a bad thing. I mean, it's sad at the moment, obviously, and you grieve,
Absolutely.
Throughout the years. But yeah, if you have all those great memories and and you for so long, been a big part of him with the music and everything, then you've got to. You're full with all that. Is what I'm trying to say.
And there's some that are kind of like in the back of my head. I'm maybe even taking a couple notes about. Like there's a concept of writing a song about my kids, not as my kids, but as my dad's grandkids.
Oh.
And like who they'll never get to meet.
Right.
So like that, we'll have to see where that goes. But yeah.
Interesting. How many kids do you have?
I have three boys.
Oh.
They're insane. 10, 6, and 4. Yeah. They are crazy.
10, 6, and 4, yeah.
10, 6, and 4, yeah.
A little wild in the house sometimes.
Yeah. And they get like crazier with each new kid we have. So I'm like, I don't know, man. If we have any more, it's this next kid's gonna be out of control. I don't know.
A house of boys. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Do they inspire you when it comes to songwriting?
Gosh, all the time. Yeah. They're great. They're the greatest thing ever.
I've never grew up with boys in the family, but I can imagine they get a little rambunctious and everything, and you can probably get some good, fun stuff from those.
They're almost never not rambunctious. They're
Phew,
almost
tire
always.
You out.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, no. They live life to the fullest. They're it's great.
And are they interested in music?
Yeah, actually, all three of them are, and I'm interested to see how that develops.
Okay.
They all started off like really interested in music, and they would always, do the air guitar and walk around the house and sing and stuff. And now my 10-year-old is playing the trombone. That's the instrument he was assigned at band, and he's pretty competent at it. He's picked it up pretty quickly. And then they're always tinkering on the piano and stuff. And my youngest seems the most like passionate and obsessed with music. So
very cool.
He's.
Well, your 10-year-old is getting pretty close to do what you did to, go hang out with the bars with you. So.
Yeah. They do. They're around a lot. As a matter of fact, I can like advertise my own Instagram, can I?
Sure.
There's a great video of we did a little 4th of July. Billy, Ken, and I did a little backyard party, and my son was there, and he wasn't even 3 yet, and he has to get on Billy's drum set. And I got a video of him just crushing the drums. And it's so if you want to go to my Instagram and check that out.
What's your name?
What is it? Adam Plomaritas. Is it C Adam P? I think it's at C. It's the letter C, Adam, and then the letter P.
Okay, C Adam P. Okay.
Yep.
Instagram. Cool. We'll check it out. Yeah. All right. How about another song, guys?
That's great. I'm going to switch guitars if that's okay.
Sure. You don't need permission. No, it's really. I'm glad to have you guys all in here, and here it is. Okay, you got another guitar. Yep. So maybe one of you guys can answer while he's doing this. Have you guys all worked together, as a band with Adam for quite a while now, or pretty much anybody?
Fairly. I mean, sporadically here and there. I think I met Adam on a recording session.
Oh, okay.
And Mike and I are brothers, so we do a couple of gigs here and there together. And Ken and I are kind of the same way. We did wedding gigs together, and so we've all sort of found each other
Very cool.
in Detroit and that area. But yeah, we love Adam, and so
love
that's why we're here.
Yeah, no, these
That's
guys.
good.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what's great. I don't know how much you've encountered this in the music community in Detroit. Is that there's a lot of, there's a lot of sharing of resources
yes.
and everything.
Oh yeah, a lot.
And yeah, these guys are definitely. I mean, they're my regular crew, so I'm very
Okay.
grateful that they were able to come with me today. Sorry that I'm looking down into the microphone as I tune this guitar.
No,
Might not be
please
the
do.
best camera
Nothing worse
angle,
than an untuned guitar.
Yeah. Well, I promise this guitar will be in tune for at least half this next song. So.
Well, at least half's better than none. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna play another song from your latest?
Actually, we're gonna play 2 songs, if it's okay, that are unreleased.
Oh, ooh, yes, I love it.
Yeah.
Because you said this song or this last album.
Last one was my last single
Okay,
that I put out.
but I mean the
Actually, that's a
album,
lie. That is a total lie. I forgot that I put out a Christmas song. I totally forgot. I just put out a Christmas song, a single for Christmas like a couple months ago.
Okay.
So it was not my latest single. Mea culpa. Ugh. It was an accident, I swear.
That's okay. Well, it happens. No problem. But no, the album came out last year. No, what are we?
Just
We're in
a single.
2020 already.
2020. The single came out.
Okay, but
summer
there
of
wasn't a. I
2018.
thought there was an album too.
My last full length album was 2012,
Oh,
2013,
okay.
2013.
Oh, okay.
And then
Okay.
I've put out probably a single or 2 a year since
Okay.
then. I've been perpetually working on a record. I've given up to giving people an expected completion
Yeah,
date.
yeah. Musicians already know. Don't give a date. You just don't do
Yeah.
that.
I will jokingly tell them it's due out spring 2018. and that kind of is the truth, but
Okay.
All right.
All right, we ready?
I think so.
All right. I'm sorry. The name of the song is?
This is called Champagne Flute. Do you want to hear anything about it, or you just
Yeah.
want
If
to
you want to give us a story, absolutely.
So the story of this I'll try to tell it quickly, is I think it was maybe last Valentine's Day. Sounds right. One of the last Valentine's Day or the one before that. I can't remember. Driving home from a gig. It's late, and I get a text from my wife that says, "We need bread." I say,
Okay.
I got the
I was
phone.
expecting something different.
I got the phone on my dashboard, and I'm like, okay, I can stop it. There's a gas station at the corner. I can stop on the way home and grab bread. And I get, no, we need milk. And I'm like, milk? Now this is getting a little, okay, hopefully they've got milk. And then I get a text like 5 seconds later that's like a whole grocery list. And I'm like, what are you talking? I'm tired. It's like midnight. And I'm like, can't this stuff wait? And she's like, nah, if you want the kids to have lunch and breakfast. And
Oh,
I'm
jeez.
like, fine. So we do a little, it's not even a text fight, but just kind of like a squabble, just to where I'm like annoyed. I'm like, I wish I would have known about this earlier. And so I go into Kroger, and it's just me and the Kroger staff, hanging out. And I'm filling up my grocery cart with all the stuff that she asked me to get. And I come to the greeting card section. And I'm like, Valentine's Day is in like 10 days. So, and I remember thinking to myself, a younger me would be really mad right now and would not get a card. But I'm much more mature, and I've grown into a
Good.
better husband.
Good.
So I'm going to get a card anyway, and I'm going to make it a good one. And I kind of got like, I was looking at the cards, and I don't like any of them. I try to find cards that are almost blank. As a songwriter, I'm like way too conceited about the words, so I just want to write them myself.
Then get a blank card.
Yeah, I want just a little something.
Okay.
Just, I don't know. But a lot of these cards were all started out when I think about life without you, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I never think about life without my wife. That'd be horrible. I don't even, that wouldn't work. And so the next day I was like, I should write a song about that. Like what would life look like for some guy? And I wrote Champagne Flute. So
Okay.
let's see if this is on. It is. Little deep bubbles in a champagne flute. Since you head on down that highway, You don't know where you're headed to until you get there. Never had much to rearrange. Why can't you see things my way? To be without you, well, it feels so strange. Now I'm standing on my own. How can you sleep without me? Without you, I get no rest. I can only hope for better. 'Cause with you I had my best. Quiet night on our back porch, where we used to watch the fire burn. I poured a glass of your favorite wine, just hoping you would return. The lonely road won't give you comfort. Quiet night won't find you peace. When you find what you've been missing, I hope you find you're missing me. Oh. Girls always write mean breakup songs. They need the world to know they're still on top. But I'm just like this empty bottle here. I'm down to my last drop. Lonely bubbles in a champagne flute. Don't you head on down that highway. We both know where you're headed to. You're coming home to me. Come on home. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice. Oh, your voice in my headphones. Oh, that was sweet. Love your voice. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. And you said you took vocal, went to school for vocal.
Yeah, well, a lot of that, I started in middle school. I had a really incredible choir director in middle school and high school, same guy. And then I followed that up in college a little bit too. And so, yeah, that was kind of where I learned how to read music and sing. And
Yeah. Great voice. Oh, great
thank you
voice.
so
Thank
much.
you.
I appreciate that.
All right, time for the Pam exam.
Uh-oh.
Yay.
Uh-oh.
These are geared towards Adam, but if you guys want to chime in on something, you have an answer, then feel free to jump on your mic, okay? Just some random questions. All right. Here we go. What is the best thing to mix into ice cream?
More ice cream.
More ice cream? That's not a bad answer. I mean, I love peanut butter, and I especially love peanut butter in ice cream. But, I mean, pecans are really good in ice cream.
Caramel?
Caramel's good. Yeah.
What puts you in your happy place?
Anybody?
I mean, I got a long list. My girlfriend, my dog, beer, food, music.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, I just did a cruise. I played a cruise recently, and being in the ocean with a beer is like the greatest thing in the world.
Why?
Why
I've never
not?
been on, believe it or not,
Oh.
I've never been on a cruise, so I have no idea what you
Yeah,
mean.
no. I mean, when you port, like we're in Mexico and we go to Costa Maya and we walk to the beach and just order a beer
Oh,
and
I see what
walk
you're
into the ocean, like being in like
Gotcha.
like swim trunks, water, dog
Beer.
and jellyfish, beer. Yeah.
Got it. What is your go-to song to sing in the shower?
Man. I don't know. I don't you know what? I don't think I sing in the shower much.
Really?
Yeah, you know what? I sing so much in regular life.
Just let me enjoy my shower, get clean, and go. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right. All right. So you have a half or full day to kill in Metro Detroit. What would you do?
During the day?
Or night? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, if I have a free night, I'm looking up where my friends are playing and I'm going to go see them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And most artists do that because they don't get a chance to see
Ever.
their friends
Yeah,
play
it's
and
real
stuff.
rare.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hot taco also.
Hot taco.
Not a
You can spend
sponsor.
a full or half day at Hot Taco. Okay.
Yeah. That's lunch and
Must
dinner.
be hungry.
Yeah, you stay there long enough to get hungry again.
There you go. Great little, for people that don't know, great little taco place around the corner. Actually, walk right.
Yeah, down the street.
Kinda
You
see
know,
right
I can
see.
kind of see it in the reflection
Yes,
almost.
a little bit. All right. What do you think of when you hear the word success?
I don't know.
I have a saying: success is not a destination; it's the journey.
I
Nice.
saw that
That's-
sign.
Yeah.
Yeah?
in rehearsal.
Yeah, I've heard it described as
Good.
success. Success is in succession, so you're never done.
Oh.
There's always another step to take.
Oh, I like that.
So I like that a lot.
It's good, Ken. I
That's
like
good.
it.
good.
That's deep. That's good. I like that one. All right. The biggest obstacle in the music industry today is, if you think there is
I
one.
think that might like wildly vary by person and what you're doing. I mean, I would say people's attention. I think there's so many ways and things to grab people's attention. Like
Yes.
you'd think with social media now it'd be easier to get your music out there, and it is. But like there are no more people coming to shows than there were when you had to flyer telephone poles, you know,
Oh.
and community boards at the library. Like that, because everything got bigger at the same time.
More choices because they
Yeah.
can, because
Yeah.
now they know of
Yeah.
more things.
That's
yeah.
right.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I, mean, I would say making money.
Yeah, being able to make money playing the music you want to
That's
play.
right. That's it. That's the answer.
Yes. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's doable.
It is.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of hard work and perseverance and good luck. The first record you ever bought and the first concert you ever attended.
Gosh, I don't remember either of those.
I got it. Creedence Clearwater Revival Chronicle was my first tape.
Fun.
And then I saw NSYNC and Britney Spears as my first concert.
Yes.
My ears bled for days because of all the girls screaming. Yeah, that was great.
Man.
I had my mom drive me to Meyer, I think, like in the middle of the night to get I think it was Savage Garden's first tape, like first album.
All right.
I don't remember what it's called.
Okay. Oh, because you had to wait till midnight to.
I think it was out
released?
that day or something,
Oh,
or
okay.
probably because I was just like demanding that I had to have it, and she
That's
was
awesome.
really nice.
Such a good mom.
I know. Thanks, Ma.
So this is cool. Mike, do you remember first record and first concert?
I think No Strings Attached by NSYNC was the first CD I got to buy.
You and Ken both. This is fantastic.
And then I think the first concert was the Doors 21st Century.
Doors of the 21st Century.
Yeah,
Nice.
so it wasn't Jim Morrison.
Chicago.
Right,
But
right.
Yeah.
I think everyone else was still there, right?
Drummer was different.
Oh, not John Densmore.
Okay.
But yeah.
Cool.
So here's what's wild is that I think I want to say the first record I bought was Usher My Way. I'm pretty sure. Like freshman year, high school, maybe middle school, something like that. And and the first concert I went to, like without my dad, without my parents, and I had to like secretly go there, was around the same time. It was The Nightmare Before Christmas, one of Riff's shows, where Megadeth was the headliner. It was Megadeth,
Megadeth.
and Jackal and Creed. Like no one knew who Creed was yet. Little did they know what they were in for.
Somehow, that does seem kind of
Yeah.
odd.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. All right. What is your guilty pleasure?
No strings attached. Insane.
Still spinning.
Still going.
I don't know. Man, I Feel Like a Woman by Shania Twain.
Oh, we're just going songs?
Musically?
No,
Yeah,
I didn't
Thank You
say
Next,
songs. I
Ariana
didn't
Grande.
put that. Doesn't have to be musically. Definitely not musically.
I'm trying to think. Yeah. I mean, musically, I had not only musically, but kind of in life, I just have very little shame. I don't. There's no. My pleasures are all open arms and welcome. You know. I love all types of music for the most part. You know, I mentioned R&B and metal in my last answer.
Mm-hmm.
I love the pop stuff. I love country. I love microbrews, and I love Budweiser, and I love steak, and I love pizza. And yeah, I don't feel guilty about any of this.
I love it. Your most memorable music moment? Ooh,
There's
there's
a
heavy
lot.
question there, man.
There's a lot.
What's the one that pops in your head first?
What pops into my head is Darren Criss. This whole day, Darren Criss. He was one of the star actors in Glee.
Mm-hmm.
He was on tour and he came to do Sonic Lunch in Ann Arbor. And Theo Katzman and his band was opening, and it was a free show.
Right.
You had to get wristbands in advance at the Michigan Theater, and my son Aiden was 4 at the time. He was a huge Theo fan, and we go to get in line. We have our wristbands, and I'm like, "There's no way we're getting in. There are thousands of people in line. This place does not hold thousands of people. It holds like 1,800." And so I'm like, "Let's go to breakfast. I don't think this is gonna happen." And I knew my sister was working the event as a photographer, and I just texted her. I said, "Hey, if you can figure out a way to get me seats in there, I don't think we're gonna go otherwise." And she called me and said, "Do you know where Fantasy Lighting is?" And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, they need an errand. Like the band needs an errand ran, and they're freaking out about some equipment. So I think that if you went and got it, you could get early seats." So I did, but that's not the moment. The moment is later on in the day. There was this secret after party at the Blind Pig, and I went. And all the members of Wolfpack were there,
Ooh,
but they had never performed as Wolfpack.
okay.
And I started a chant for Wolfpack, and they played, and it was freaking sweet. It was awesome.
Wow.
No shame.
No shame.
No shame. Yeah. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
I felt slightly bad because Theo did say, like he was being asked, "Hey, you guys gonna do any Wolfpack stuff? You're all here." And he was like, "No, we have our first show in New York in a while. We're not gonna do any Wolfpack." So I started the chant anyway. And then,
Does he know you were the one that started it?
He might. I mean, I blame Joe Dart. So Joe's the bass player. We'll drop some names. Joe played bass on my full-length record, and so we start this little chant. I mean, it was a big chant. The whole club's yelling it now, and I thought they weren't gonna play, and then Joe just goes ba-didn't-didn't-do, and just plays the opening line to Beastly, and then it was over. There's no way they're getting out of there without playing. So.
See what you started. All right. If you were a spice, what would you be?
I've given this answer before. I said cayenne. I'll stick with it.
Wow. I like curry a lot, so that's mine.
Okay.
I have no idea. I think those are the only spices I know.
So you're all spice or no spice.
I think I'd be Old Spice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Have you ever had a frightening moment on stage?
Oh,
On stage, frightening. I don't know.
all the time.
Yeah,
It
all the
happens
time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, yeah, we work. We play professionally in many situations. I've been in rainstorms and
Oh, yeah,
windstorms
Ooh.
and seen people like fall over speakers and drop, drinks and stuff on everybody, and it's just met them.
Wow.
In high school, I was really into the 70s. So I was going to all these thrift stores, finding like bell-bottom pants and stuff, and I found these amazing pants. They're like, waist high.
Yes.
They're like legit. They're the real deal. And I think I'm super fly, literally, going to this jazz band concert. I'm 16 or something. And I get to the club, and it's like our turn to play. It's like the local big band. This was Paul Keller's big band in Ann Arbor.
PKO.
Yeah, PKO. And they're like hosting the high school band, right? So they play, they sound amazing. Then we sit down. I'm in these things, and they're a little tight. They're a little tight for my 16-year-old self. And I sit down, and as soon as I sit down, I feel just the bottom of the pants just pull apart to nothing. And I thought, well, I'm not going anywhere, so I might as well play this set and act like my pants aren't just like in
Blown out.
shreds. Yeah. And then I think afterwards, I just kind of put my coat over it and then just like walked away.
He's acting cool. Nothing's happened here.
It was a
Nothing,
good- yeah.
nothing to see, folks. All right, time for another song, guys.
All right. This is Old Time Love. And this is one of those ones that's not, I mean, it's a little, yeah. I'd say I wrote it about when I, being a kid. I was, I'm like the in-between millennial and whatever, Generation X, I guess. I'm, a Zennial or whatever that is. So we grew up and, like, we didn't have, like, a computer until, I don't know, I was in, like, middle school probably. And, I remember when my dad first got a cell phone, same thing, middle school. And there was just a lot less going on in life.
Yeah.
And it was kind of simple. That's, I don't know, kind of what I wrote the song about. You feel you're looking for love that's real, baby. I don't understand why they got you eating from there. Even giving you a fall. Now my heart is like an open door. I know, baby, you're working. Wanna give you all the day. I'm forgiving good love away. I know, baby, you're worth it. You're so worth it. Oh, just give me that old time kind of love. Kind of when you don't have nothing, still got enough. Give me that old time kind of love. More to give, baby. Why don't you let this sink in? It's time for you to open up and leave. Oh, baby, give you a for. Now my love is like an open door. I know, baby, you're working. Wanna give you all the day. I know, baby, you're worth it. You're so worth it. Oh, just give me that old time kind of love. Kind of when you don't have nothing, still got enough. Give me that old time kind of love. Oh, it's gonna be you and me, baby, when the water gets rough. They've been giving you a for. Now my heart is like an open door. I know,
Very nice. Very nice. Well, anything else you want to say before we sign off that we didn't touch on? I mean,
just check me out on the internet, social media, Facebook, Instagram, AdamPlomaritas.com.
Okay.
YouTube, all kinds of good stuff. Hope to see people out and about.
Yeah. And
thanks so much for letting us come on and do this, by the way.
Thanks
it's been
for
a
coming in.
great time.
We appreciate it. And we got Mike and Billy and Ken.
That's right.
Whew, okay. Thanks, guys. You guys sound great together. How many years together now?
I mean, I met Billy first, probably 2012. So what is that? 8 years.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Dang.
Goes fast, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
You
does.
know,
I
really.
met Ken shortly after, and Mike pretty soon too.
Well, little brother followed in,
That's right.
That's right.
I'm assuming little brother, younger brother, I should say. Well, very nice. So it's just your name, no band name, right?
That's it. I mean, it might get weird. I'm trying to do a push for this next record, and I'm very much contemplating a stage name change. But it'll be announced on all the stuff. So
Okay.
we might just shorten it to Adam Plum, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
I get all kinds of flack for having a long, unpronounceable name. So I don't know. We'll see.
Well, no one else has that name. That's one good
That's
thing.
true. That's true. Actually, that's not true. My son is the third.
Oh, I was ready to say your dad, but I didn't
My
know
dad,
your son
and then
too.
yeah,
Oh,
and then
goodness.
my youngest son is Christopher Adam the third.
Is this the one that's the younger one you said was really passionate about the music?
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
All right. Well, maybe that's why he took your name
right.
and your dad's name. That could be the reason. Well, again, thank you so much for coming in, all you guys. It sounded great. Of course, we got Adam Plomaritas.
Very good. Nobody has gotten it so right so quickly. That's great. Thank you.
Okay. And again, thanks to all of you out there watching today. We do appreciate you tuning in each and every week to watch some great music. There's so much great talent in this city that I'm anxious and happy to bring it to you live through our beautiful MusicTown studios here in downtown Detroit. So until next time, I'm Pam Rossi. Have a great week.